Good afternoon. My name is Hae-sun Kim, advisor of Gangnam Labor Law Firm. Today, with Labor Attorney Jung Bong-soo, we will discuss about one special case regarding the unfair dismissal, and there's some conflict of employment contract. So, could you explain the case, the story of the case, please?
Hello, how are you today? This is Bong-soo Jung, Korean labor attorney. Today I'd like to introduce one case. This is unfair dismissal case. The employer informed the general secretary of this public company that the contract period expired. So they informed this notification for the termination of employment contract. So this employee was fired. So he visited his labor firm and asked. He thought he could work up to retirement age. So when he joined this company, he has 1 year the contract period. So he thought it was just for annual salary, but after 1 year he could work. So he really worked hard. Then after 1 year there is no notice. Then second year, end of the second year, the employer notified this employee, your contract period is expired, so you cannot work anymore from that the period. So this employee was shocked and visited this labor firm, and he claimed he could work up to retirement age because in the employment contract there is a fixed term period for 1 year, but his predecessor, like those people who worked more than 2 years, even 10 years ago he worked as a general secretary in this public company. At the time he worked more than 4 years. So those people who worked in same position had worked longer than 2 years. So this company decision is illegal, it's unfair. So he explained. So we agreed. I agreed. So this is unfair dismissal. That is what I explained. But the contract has clearly explained that there are 6 months, maybe 1 year long contract. So there is some conflict whether this employment contract is expired or this is a non-fixed contract. Yeah.
I see. So, do you, in your view, because there is no fixed term of termination of the employment, that this general secretary of the civil organization, he thought that his employment period will be extended, but nevertheless his employer gave him a notice to terminate.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Do you? This is against the civil law?
Civil law, it is said that if there is a non-fixed fixed term contract, when contract is expired, then it is regarded that same period has been renewed. So the company followed this principle, and at the end of the next year, the new contract was expired. So that's why they notify this employee of the expiration of a contract period. That is, strictly speaking, it is right. But when you decide, when you consider some applicable law in this situation, we have to consider objective view. The first one is his predecessor had worked more than 2 years, even though they have the same contract period. Also, when he worked for this the public company 10 years ago, he also worked more than 4 years with the same contract. So also the last 2 years he worked very hard and he never realized he has a fixed term contract. So considering those part, this contract should be regarded as a non-fixed contract. So that is what the employee agreed and explained. As a labor attorney of this applicant, I explained why his contract is a non-fixed contract.
So if the termination period is written in the contract, and the employer of the public company gave him enough notice, that would be legitimate. But because the termination period was not fixed, and is that why that this is like unfair dismissal?
Yeah. So if they have a contract period, it's not necessary to notify the exact the termination period, but it is good to deliver the message in advance, so then employee can prepare his next job. So it is required, but in this case it is required if it is fixed term contract. So but for this employee claimed he's entitled to the non-fixed contract because like his title as general secretary was described in the head count information of this company. Also, so the last 2 years he has really worked hard, and there was no violation of company regulation. Yeah. Also, third one, this employee has seen like those predecessors who had worked more than 2 years in his position. Yeah. Considering those factors, this employee has a non-fixed term contract. So employee's decision for terminate this employee is wrong and unfair. Yeah.
I see. So because as you said, there's no fixed term, and his predecessors worked more than 2 years, up to 4 years or so, that this must be the unfair dismissal. So I hope that you can provide a good labor law advice so that he can win the case.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.